So now in the first class, we'll see that Apn community. Sorry, as you're saying that it's completely licensed product. The information is not available from the Google. Okay. I want to know what is going inside the Apn every day. Okay. What is going every day inside the Apn tool? I want to know that. And is there any fraud? I want to know if you have some issues in the project, how to communicate Apn product. So for that, they have their own website. That website is called Apn community website. From this, I can get any support. Is a business support, technical support, software support, license support, everything through this website only. I'm going to communicate Apn system. So it's mandatory. Here you have to register. Okay, here is mandatory to register. So how you register? Question using of personal mail ID. Try it using of personal mail ID is possible or not. Can we do using of personal mail ID register here, Kiran?
No, no, Madhav.
Okay, so who or how that will give you pro credentials. Don't worry, I'll give you and you can practice it. Not a problem. Okay, so using of company mail ID only, we can they will allow you to register and they will provide you access for you, and we can go to the more here. It's not possible personal mail ID. Okay, so it is first step here. So the second one, then I'll tell you that how to go for cloud documents. I'll talk later, not now. Then what is Apn? Today we're going to talk about what is Apn. What is Apn? Apn is a tool or language? It is a tool, not a language. Apn, it is a tool, not a language. What tool? Your question. It is a BPM tool. Apn, it is a BPM tool. What do you mean BPM tool? Okay, Apn is a BPM tool. Then what is BPM tool? Business process management. Have you heard any name this one? Anushree and Kiran?
I
What is
had
business?
heard only while checking this API.
Okay.
Uh,
Kiran, you
I
have?
had I had while browsing everything BPM. Pega is one of the BPM. So
Yeah, our competitor.
yeah, Appian also comes under BPM process management.
Yeah. So BPM means business process management tool. This tool is used for to design and generate automation process in existing and future application. Then question, so why they introduced Appian tool or BPM tool? We have industry, there are number of languages are available in industry. Good, all are the good languages, C, C++, Java, whatever, .NET. But industry is facing one issue here. I have one question. You started some business, okay? You started business. From the business, what we're expecting here? Profit, how to get more profit within the less time, how to give the quality product to the customer within the less time, how to give the good services to the customer. The three is very important. When you reach the three goals, we are in number one position. So industry is facing issue. The three challenges is facing issue. So the three challenges they are facing issue. They did some research. Then they found the way using Go BPM tool. I can get more profit within the less time. I can give the good service to the customer. I can give the quality product to the customer within the less time. Okay, they introduced BPM tool. But BPM, the number of BPM tools are there in the industry. In industry, there are number of BPM tools, not only one of the BPM tool APN. You know other BPM tools? APN?
Peg.
Yes. Pega. Oh, you have idea? Sanishri?
Only these
IBM
two I know.
Okay, IBM BPM, TIPCO, Salesforce, like that, SAP. We can note it all the things. Oracle BPM. How you know Pega, Manishri?
I was searching for this Appian, so Pega was coming
Okay.
every.
I got it. Okay, I got it. What about Kiran?
Same thing, mother.
It was the same thing.
Like,
Okay.
in fact, I know Salesforce also comes under BPM.
Okay. Fine. The
But
number of
I just
yeah,
wondering whether SAP also comes under the same.
yeah, middleware BPM. Middleware BPM. That is middleware BPM.
Yeah.
Middleware,
Okay.
only middleware. But not these things is all BPMs, all side, I mean front end, middle, and back end. So there are number of BPMs are there in this list. The top APN, Pega, IBM BPM, TIPCO, Salesforce. There is one of the BPM tool is a top in the APN here. Why it is top? Right in the class. Who is the class first means you can say 16. There's in the class 60 member students will be there. All are same category people. But if you ask who is class first, you can tell only one name, right? Not all the people. Taking the rank 1, 2, 3. How? Based on the feedback, attitude, marks, these all things will consider. You can say that he is the first, he is the second person, third, and whatever. So what is the best? So if you use any BPM tool, I'm going to find the three things. How to give the quality to the customer the last time, how to give the goods to the customer, how to provide the goods quality for the customer with the less time. The three is fine. Apart from that, what is there inside Appian tool? What is special? That's very important. What is special inside the Appian? I'll tell you. Appian tool, Appian tool will support to design any type of applications. It is a standalone application. It is a web application. It is a mobile application. There is no any specific application. Standalone local application. Web application means any idea? Your Gmail, your Facebook, your ICS Bank, correct?
Okay.
Your ICS Bank, your HDS Bank, all are the web applications. Means I can log in from anywhere. But if a standalone application, your desktop application from the local application, mobile application from the mobile app. So using of Appian tool, I can develop any application. Okay, good. Next one more thing. Using of Appian tool, it will support any domain application also. What do you mean domains? In the industry, there are number of domains will be there. Banking domain, insurance domain, healthcare domain, telecom domain, education domain, manufacture domain, automobile domain. The number of domains will be no any specific. It will support any domain application. Okay. You know one thing, finally is application. Application means will have front end, middle, back end. Do you know that? Three parts will be there for every application. Suppose you want to create one Gmail account. What we can do, we'll go for Gmail main portal and create the account. Then we need information. We need to enter some information: first name, last name, Gmail ID, date of birth, something, all password, new confirm password is all information we need to enter inside that page. User will enter by seeing the page information, right? That's called front end. Am I correct? When I click the next button, it's going to, with the information, what I have to do. When I click the button, after clicking off button with that information, what I have to do, I've written the logic inside the middle layer that's called business logic layer. What I have to do with this information, that's called front end layer, presentation layer, view layer. So by seeing that, user will understand that. User is a non-technical person, he doesn't understand if you go for directly in the business logic layer. What is going the back end, he has to know by using of front end. So now using of business logic layer, I can do that. From here it is going to, I want to store the information. Once you create successfully account, I want to store it right at back end. I want to store your data permanently where? In the back end database layer, back end layer. So when you again log in that, when you give the username password, we log in successful because this person is already available inside the database layer. So your application will have structure is not only is a common structure, is not Apn. Total industry, whatever applications are there, that application will have three-tier structure: presentation layer, business logic layer, database layer. To design these layers, we have industry number of languages are available. What we can design database layer, we need some tables to store the data. So we have to know, we have to do some in database operations like inserting, deleting, updating, whatever. To do these all operations, I want to know some database languages. If we coming to Appian, without knowing, please note it, without knowing any database language, I will design best database structure for our application by using of Appian tool. Are you getting what I'm saying? Without knowing any database languages, I'm not telling without writing of custom, but I'm just telling without knowing any database languages, I will design best database structure for your application by using of Appian tool. How? Your question. We have ready-made one source is available here. Object source. We have database objects are there. Using of database objects. So Apn will understand one of the languages called object language. We have using of objects. I'm going to develop how how Apn is developing your application. You're saying that no coding. Using of coding, developing application. Okay, you're saying that using of Apn tool, there is no coding. Then how is that developing application? See, you are getting money. What is source? Job. How are you going to from Chennai to Hyderabad? What is source? Bus, train, car, some flight. The same thing of using of Apn tool. How you are developing application? What is source without coding? Objects. What do you mean object? Your question. We'll talk it. We'll talk. Am I correct, Karen? I think you are already have some information that I'm asking you.
Yes, Papa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So using of objects. What are the objects are there? We'll talk later. So now without using of database language, I can design best structure for an application by using of Appian tool. How we have inbuilt, please note it. Again, I'm telling you, inbuilt database objects. 1 minute here, sorry, I'm getting some client messages. Yeah. So what are the objects we'll talk later. Same thing coming to business logic layer. Generally, to design the business logic layer middle layer, we should know some data languages C, C++, Java, .NET. But coming to any Appian application or Appian tool, without knowing any front-end languages, without knowing any coding languages, I will design best business logic layer structure by using of Appian tool. How? For that also, Appian tool is provided inbuilt objects. Now coming to front end, generally if you want to design the front end, they will use HTML, a JSP, some .NET, ASP.NET, and Angular. Different languages are available to develop presentation layer. But without knowing any front-end languages, I will design best structure, best makeup, means style sheets. So by using of Appian tool, how? For that also you have inbuilt objects are available. So finally, to develop your core application, I'm going to use coding here, 0% is coding here. Are you getting what I'm saying? Finally, to develop your core application, core means presentation layer, business logical database layer. That's concept we can call core application. To develop a core application or whole application, single application, I'm going to using here 0% is code. So by using of Appian tool, I'm going to use using of objects, by using of drag and drop, I'm going to drag and drop and developing of any application easily. Okay.
Okay.
Then what about? So every application is dependent on some other application. No doubt on that. Every application is depending other application. In industry, you can think it, for example, regularly you're using Amazon is depending number of banking system to do the payment process and travel to system to pick the payment depending. So single application doesn't have to handle all the services. If you keep everything within the single application, the work will be overloaded, heavy load, workload, lazy load. Due to this issue, it will impact application performance. What I can do that, I want to reduce. So how we can reduce based on the work, I can split it. So definitely when I'm going to one application depend other application, I need to connect it to both application. So it means that when you want to connect to two different applications, as we discussed in our examples, travel domain to banking domain. When you want ticket from IRCTC, you need to pay the process. It moved to the banking domain. The payment process will happen from the banking domain. The ticket registration will happen from the travel domain. To connect both applications, this concept you can call integration feature. To develop integration feature industry, they are using web services, SOAP and REST. For that, they are writing a lot of custom code. But if you're coming to for Apn, without writing off any single percent custom code also, I can connect any external application by using of Apn tool without writing off, just doing a small configurations. That external application will be developed by any software. I don't bother about that. Okay. I'm talking core application and integration. Both I'm going to use 0% code. Okay. There are number of features will be there. One by one we'll discuss this. Okay, it's day one class. I don't want to go more topics.